You can see now, here they have already planted the sisal. Talk about already this road is normal, because already everybody is now talking about, okay, if the other person is gaining, why am I not gaining? So the other person from the other side came and planted sisal at the road. Talk about in the middle. So that is showing you that there is no road here. There is no road. So that's why they have decided to make sure that this is a sisal. And if you are a man, try it if you are a man to pass through this kind of the sisal. That's this kind of the sisal. No more road. Already planted at the middle of the road, to make sure that there is no road. And if you're gonna be talking about, you're gonna be checking how Africans behave, pass through this one here. You will see chaotic things, because everybody is talking about why are you paying other people's roads and you are accessing our road without our affidavit. And that's one now it has brought much of the chaotic. Let me establish it and tell you how the things are moving. So this is Jamaican Anchor brought here. So it's going to be coming. Let me show you how the road could be passing, but it could not pass because of the interference between their own ideologies. I don't know how the things could be. So this is the site here, and everything is happening so perpendicular. So this is the road to access, and that's where the pathway is, and much of the people are walking through here. So this Jamaican Anchor's plot, let me show you from this kind of the site here, so you can just understand it properly, because here we have much of the people are asking about, oh Gintu, why much of the people are accessing past this position from the Mwango section. They're going to be passing through this kind of a panya route. This is called a road which is a panya route, we can call it, and we can call it a little bit a walking path, but it's not guaranteed. It's like a person talks about, oh, I want to pass through this kind of the point because there's a road. This is not a road. I have here a young boy here. Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi. Oh, we don't see you. We see you from here. Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Emmanuel Muita.
Emmanuel Muita.
Yeah.
So you said that you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
And the pastor told me that she has opened your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Yeah. Hey guys. I've opened my new YouTube channel, and it is my first time.
Yeah.
My name is, I'm using my name which I'm using in YouTube channel is Emma001.
Guys are back again. This is the road demarcation that has been done here. Talk about this kind of the sticks here, and this is where the road gonna be passing. This is just a road, a demarcated zone on how the road, I think about this kind of the stumps will just be given out from here or be taken out from there to make sure they're going to be facilitating this kind of the stuff. Very fantastic. Talk about you can see this is where the road will be, but I have a small thing to talk about this kind of the pinpointment. Talk about how it's gonna be and how this kind of the things gonna be. Let me say it this way, that the road is already mentioned. Talk about the village report, and I'm giving out the verdict about how the report gonna be, and that is the little fact that you're gonna be coming out at this kind of the pinpointment, and I have to make sure that the report is coming one-on-one from the road. Exactly. It's just the preparations to make sure that I'm going to be getting to know the reason. Today is a Sabbath day for the people who are just the Sabbath people. Thank you very much for you being tuned and locked in as we're going to be commencing this kind of the chapter at this kind of the fantastic area. Talk about I'm coming one-on-one from where the road gonna be placed. Talk about this kind of the spot, and much of the people want to understand how is the road and how did the road come out to be put at this kind of the square. Talk about it's very conjunction with Uncle Mo's gate, and there's a time I ever came, Uncle Mo put it here much of the sand, and that kind of the period of time Uncle Mo stopped me here and talked about, oh, why are you placing yourself onto this? And I knew that that was just a high mogro bilirubin challenges into the body that will lower such kind of the impact there. So when I come back to the ecosystem, talk about how is everything running. This is just talk about a Sabbath day church, and much of the people are still in the church to make sure that that is the village report still. And for the people who are just Sabbath people, thank you very much, and be tuned, because we're going to be emphasizing to understand how is everything going to be kicking here. And sometimes I can help, or sometimes I can be I can tell them what to do at this specific point, because I understand. Because what I can see here, they have put it here a demarcation. Talk about this is the point of making sure that that is where it will start from, and this is where it will end at this kind of the point. So it means that this kind of a zone it's gonna be getting. And there's a time I came out and I show you because it was a part of the system when I said that that kind of the road gonna be coming, and much of the people could not believe me, because I knew it that they're gonna be buying, because they went to ask to Mr. Kizito here, and he refused and said that I cannot give it out, because the way you ever do it to other people, talk about they're gonna be giving other people some money for them to pass. So why is it coming to this kind of the point now you are not giving it out? So that is the point I can talk about. They have to understand it at this kind of the point. But the good fact is the road it's not muchly opened because of the situation how it is. Talk about how the things are. That is a little bit of my passing here. That's a little bit of the artifact. So what I can just believe here is one. If the road gonna be put here, it's a talk about it should be like steps. Talk about like 3-4 steps. It's gonna be wide enough, like 3 meters. But this one here, it's approximately like 1, 2. It's gonna be like a 3 meter. And now talk about the corner. How are they gonna be coming inside? So it's something that they have to emphasize about a track. It's a very long. Talk about it's a long, very long track that needs a very large corner first, so as they can just get into here. So what I can tell them is they have to at least. They have to make sure that the zone, talk about the entry zone, it should be expanded enough to make sure that it's gonna emphasize and encourage when the truck is just coming in. It should not be the 3 meter that, oh, it's a 3 meter we want it, but they should understand that there is a corner that needs a truck to get in. That is what I can just talk about. And also, when we go back to the ecosystem, we understand that in Africa, everything is money, encouraging that that's not an inheritance of your own plot. You have to make sure that you're going to be getting a little bit of money so as you can just get much of the things. Let me say this way. I saw Amaro himself talking about in Africa you can just buy a land or buy the road. But that is it, because the road was not meant to be here. It's just a walking path. So let it not bother you, because it's something that you're going to be introducing to people's assets. Talk about how the plot is. It's just going to be expanded in a way that he never knew, he never wanted it to happen in such kind of a way. So that is what is making things not to occur well, and much of the people to say that you can buy a road in Africa or you can buy a land in Africa here. So to the real fact, it's the same way as you can just buy a land. That is how it's operating, because so it's a normal occurrence, because I want to get this kind of the things outside to much of the people understand it, that in Africa, if it's a pathway, talk about he doesn't, maybe the future, he have not planned for the future. We have failures. Talk about a person who doesn't talk about what is tomorrow, and such kind of a person, you have to understand that they have less impact in terms of, talk about okay, let me go direct to the point what I mean. Like the person who is accessing this kind of the plot doesn't have a further explanation of talking about is this plot, or is he gonna be having a car one day? Is he gonna be having a son who gonna be having a car? Let me have such kind of a pathway that will help us or as a family to get this kind of the pathway getting to my home. That will be so easier for Amar to talk about, okay, here you are just accessing, even you're gonna be using it. So that is the trick that you're gonna be using to make sure that they're gonna be accessing it. But the day of the baraza, I can say it because Mr. Kizito came and said that Mr. Ondari is trying, talk about the Congress that is trying to force him, talk about how you should do much of the things and cutting much of the trees, the way he ever explained. And when you hear from this kind of the side, you can talk about this kind of the people, they have a common thing that is bringing them to a defect or bringing them to a war, or talk about a fight going to be evolving. Talk about whenever a person has bought from your land and also there's Mambo, there's something that you are not interested with at that kind of the pathway, you understand that kind of a conflict that is going to be created there. Because he said that when he sold this kind of the plot, talk about to the church, then he said that I have just sold you that kind of the plot. So there were much of the trees that was located in that kind of the plot. So the Congress dad came and cut the trees because he had bought the land with those kind of the trees. So Mr. Kizito came back and talked about, no, why are you cutting my trees and ABCD? And that's where the Congress dad said that I don't want stupidity of the highest order because we understood and you said it. So when he cut the first trees, now the second sprouts come out. Now again, the second sprout, that's when he wanted to cut them so as he can just go and make Marwa's talk about they were putting some concrete at the top of the garage he was ever building there. So again, they came to cut the trees. Again, it brought much of the chaos because he said that you cut the first time and you insulted me, you allegated much of the things, and also you accused me with much of the things, and you talked about you're going to be putting me to the cell. Again, you are coming to the second one. So it brought a little bit of the conflict, which is still roaming out. So right now, I think talk about Mr. Kizito, who is the owner of this kind of the plot, the brother to the father to Ernesto, the father to Ngracha, and the father to Murimi. Also, they're the same. So that's why they have just talked about they're going to be doing it here. And understand that this kind of the space here, talk about we have napier grass, we have cassava up to the far point. Talk about there is one lady who is called Queen Nancy, who has also got this kind of a plot from here. She bought the plot during the party time, and it was costing around 250,000. I think that's the money that she bought this kind of the plot here, and she is now accessing the talk about the middle zone where there is no much of the cassava. So what I can talk about is this kind of the road. It's one of the development, including to the owner who is selling the plot or who has to get money. He will be accessing the same road, and that's the point we can talk about. Sometimes you have to understand this is Africa. If there is much of dryness into the pocket, you have to understand that everything is happening. You have money is talk about money is the fuel. Money can fuel anything. Even if it's brain, money can fuel the brain, and it can controversially come to a conclusive that you never wanted it to come out, because when you see a huge, awesome amount of money, you can talk about this is now what I needed, and it can just deal, and you can just do whatever you wanted to do at that kind of the moment, and you can do much and better at that kind of the position. And what I can say about is the impact of having such kind of talk about it's just a manual road that's going to be established here. Talk about it's going to be helping the same family. It's going to be helping the people going to be passing through here. Talk about it will ease much of the people who are having some plots here to access the town. Also, it will be helping them more to make sure that everything is just happening more fantastic. So at that kind of the elaboration, I can talk that it's something that sometimes we have to calm down and have a common brain that we shall be working under. Talk about if you talk about this kind of the things is not going the way I need, there is something that is wrong. Even some of in our studies, talk about in our previous studies in school, we were being told that if you have a machine and you find that you are doing some of the repair of the machine, then you find some asset or a gadget of that machine, you are struggling to put it in, and you are struggling very completely. Know that you are at a wrong process. Talk about everything should be inserted very smooth. Talk about smoothly. That is the impact of the machine. It also applies to the people. If you see that you are pressing somewhere and it's bringing much of the difficulties, understand that that is not a strategy of you to put it there, or that was not a strategy of it to be there. So right now here, if you're going to be buying yours, nobody can come and tell you that, oh, you are doing wrong or whatever you are doing. It's something that you can understand and use the brain at that kind of the capacity. So that's why they have bought the land, because we have been giving
giving them alliterative points that you can sit down and also the Congress that is I talk about is an aged person, and he has common senses, and he understands how this life is, and also he has stayed here even before I was born, including I think about even Mwango was not born during that time when he came to settle in Kurialand. So it is part of the ecosystem. So what I can just talk about is they have to sit down, because if he bought this kind of the land here to this kind of the family, so they are family members. If you buy a land from somebody, you are a part of that family, because now you are owning the same ancestral land. So that artifact I can come to talk about it's something that they can handle and talk about how I'm going to be solidarizing this kind of the thing. So they cannot bring much of the postcoms and intercoms that are not even bearable at that kind of the equation. So when they're going to be now fixing everything, I think it's going to be starting very soon. I talk about they're going to be graded very soon to make sure that they're going to be putting much of the maram, because whenever it's going to rain, it will bring much of the chaotic here, because it's a little bit of the shamba. The shamba I talk about, it's just a land whereby much of the people are cultivating. So a little bit going to be having a defect. So that is also something that they have to understand at that kind of particular point. So the next pinpointment I'm going to be talking about is when we want to bring much of the harmony, don't talk about, okay, I'm going to be having this kind of amount of money and I'm going to be doing ABCD. Some of the things going to be coming very smoothly the way you need them to come. Because at this artifact, you can understand that if you buy a land, so what I can encourage Maro is don't talk about you are buying land. It's like the way you are buying a road. It's the same way you are buying land. So as you can access it, because you don't have a land for this person. If you could be a person who has owned a land from the same person you are complaining that you are buying the road, it could be like, why is he selling? Why did you get this kind of the land minus having a road? So that could be, but you are not at this asset. You are number 3 from the same, talk about this, the first father, the second one, the third one. That's where you are. So for somebody to access to the third one, maybe the first father, the second father, they don't go hand in hand. Maybe it's the third or the first that are understanding each other. So at that particular moment, you can understand the artifact and to the village that something going to be having a little bit of a defect. That's why I always say that things going to be changing whenever you have everything to understand. So this is the road that we're going to be accessing to the Mwango site, and it's a little bit more open, and it's a little bit going to be having some of the trees to be trimmed, so as it can just be bigger from this kind of the sisal, because in Africa the sisal is everything. And when I talk about the sisal is everything, that's why you can see this kind of the sisal here, and they have this kind of a hole that is made there. That is a land demarcation that was done at that kind of the particular point. So even at this kind of the frontier here, they have removed much of we can call it the cassavas, because they had to make sure that everything is going down. So the road now, it's just from this cassava talk about cutting and to the far cassava cutting there, and you can just access it. So it's going to be getting very well to understand that it's just getting to where Irene Inaga came from. So when I was coming out at this kind of the point, much of the people never understood that it was something that it had been planned, and I knew it, how it was going to be coming and how it was coming at that kind of the point. So that's why I talk about it's going to be coming very, very meticulous to access this kind of the pinpointment of this zone here. So it's coming to enter through this kind of the spot here, and that's why I'm going to be getting to the Congress Dad plot here, and it's going to be getting back to the far point. So to the Mwango site is just down there. So that is an artifact. Everybody should understand that that is a way of understanding the things. And now they're going to be coming to the solution now, which will not have much of the mayhem, chaotic, and much of the problems encountered from each and every space. This is where Irene and Naga, they were just living. This is Uncle Jamaican's land. So that's the point I was talking about. You can understand from the far point of Ankomo, there's 2 plots here already to access the Mwango's plot there. So for you to get a road from that person, you have
have to buy it. So that was the point that I was ever talking about, and people should understand it at that kind of the point. So when it's gonna be coming to this kind of the plot here, so it's gonna be passing through. I talk about Uncle Jamaican was there to talk about because he's the one who understood that the road has to pass. Even Uncle Jamaican himself, he doesn't have a road. It's only that they could just use that far road to access themselves here. So I had to make sure that they're just using that road. So you're gonna be cutting from the far end and cutting to this kind of the plot, and even the Uncle Jamaican gonna be getting this land to having access to the road, because the road that they were talking about gonna be accessed, it cannot be accessed at that kind of the point. So they have to understand it properly before things gonna be getting crooked here. So that is the pinpointment and the village report on how things are just happening to the ground, and that is the main point that we had to talk about. And when we say that everything is just handled, you can see now here they have already planted the sisal. Talk about already this road is normal, because already everybody is now talking about, okay, if the other person is gaining, why am I not gaining? So the other person from the other side came and planted sisal at the road. Talk about in the middle. So that is showing you that there is no road here. There is no road. So that's why they have decided to make sure that this is a sisal. And if you are a man, try it if you are a man to pass through this kind of the sisal. That's this kind of the sisal. No more road. Already planted at the middle of the road, to make sure that there is no road. And if you're gonna be talking about, you're gonna be checking how Africans behave, pass through this one here. You will see chaotic things, because everybody's talking about why are you paying other people's roads and you are accessing our road without our affidavit? And that's one now it has brought much of the chaotic. Let me establish it and tell you how the things are moving. Let me give you a reservoir, because much of the people don't understand, including Ayamaro, they don't understand it, that this kind of the road, the best beneficiaries of this road, it's not the villagers. Because if Ernesto, they have put a fence at this kind of the point, there's a fence. So they have their own shamba there. So if they're gonna be harvesting, automatically, they cannot take those kind of the maize to this part through the fence. That's the fact. So the only point you can to understand, they will go up to their own home to make sure that whatever gonna be getting out from here, it's gonna be accessed from their home. Including Tungiracha's family, it's Robbie's family. This is their plot. And this is the plot that they sell to Irene Inaga's family. Then Irene Inaga's family sold it to Jamaican uncle through the Congrats dad here. And from that kind of an artifact, you can understand that for this kind of the family, it will be the one that will be giving who? It will be giving Jamaican uncles a road to access. But the defect is the same family doesn't have a road access, because where the road they thought about is accessing, it is blocked from the top. So you can understand how the strategy is. So if you are buying the other plot, talk about the road from the far end, from Mr. Kizito. So it means that to access each and every kind of the plot, and I think right now it's going to be so defect. But the good fact is it will not be blocked, because that road it's going to be come through this zone. Because it's going to be passing from the far end of Jamaican uncle to come and access this road at this point. So because it will access to this point, it means that they have not touched that man's plot. Because to it's Robbie's plot, it will father's plot, it will not be got, because their plot it's reaching here. So from this sisal, it means that this is where the plot is, so they can talk whatever they want to talk at this point. You understand it? So when we talk about from Jamaican uncle, this area towards downwards, including East area, it's now Jamaican uncle and Ernesto, they share this road at this point. So if they share this point, it means that they both have a common
thing talking about a road access to their plot. And also, the family to Murimi, they have to get a certain portion or a road to access to Murimi's zone. So from that point, you can take it and take it as a serious thing. That from here, it's Jamaican Uncle towards down there, and the fence is fenced. So for them to make sure that everything is going straight, they have to make sure that the road is coming through the point whereby it will come to access this road at this point. So Murimi and Ernesto, they are the ones now to come and solidarize their own terms and conditions with the father to Ichirobi. So from that point, they can now understand themselves how are they going to be doing it and how are they going to be handling such kind of the matters. Somebody can pick the point from that spot. So that is how things are running, because the Jamaican uncle is driving from this area, from this area towards down there, accessing to somebody known as Pasi and Gitiriba. So they are joining themselves at Gitiriba's position. So including Gitiriba could not be at a favorable condition to give them. Let me give you all the hints about how that road could pass, because they were having so many alternatives. Right now, Gitiriba is not hand in hand with Ayamaro, because of some 2-3 chaotic spots that have been coming in from each and every kind of the Esquire. So this is Jamaican Uncle plot here. So it's gonna be coming. Let me show you how the road could be passing, but it could not pass because of the interference between their own ideologies. I don't know how the things could be. So this is the site here, and everything is happening so perpendicular. So this is the road to access, and that's where the pathway is, and much of the people are walking through here. So this Jamaican Uncle's plot, let me show you from this kind of the site here, so you can just understand it properly, because here we have much of the people are asking about, oh Gintu, why much of the people are accessing Pasi's position from the Mwango section. They're going to be passing through this kind of a panya route. This is called a road which is a panya route, we can call it, and we can call it a little bit a walking path, but it's not guaranteed. It's like a person talks about, oh, I want to pass through this kind of the point because there's a road. This is not a road. For you to access this road using a motorbike, it's easier because it will not interfere with anything. But when you bring a car here, it has to differ with how the system is running. So this is still talk about Ichirobi's plot, and talk about that's how they access it. And to the far point, let me show you where the road could be passing, but they came not to have a solidarity. Hey, mambo, uko fiti? Etu niambie tuko na channel. Unataka kujipatia shoutout? I enjoy. I have a young boy here. Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi. Oh, we don't see you. We see you from here. Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Emmanuel Muita.
Emmanuel Muita.
Yeah.
So you said that you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
And the pastor told me that she has opened your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Yeah. Hey guys. I've opened my new YouTube channel, and it is my first time.
Yeah.
My name is, I'm using my name which I'm using in YouTube channel is Emma001, guys. Kindly go and subscribe, and don't forget to share and subscribe. Here it's Gintu.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you are touching me slowly, and you are touching my heart. Okay, it's now pumping very meticulous. So coming back to you, you are saying that you are called Emma001? 001.
Yeah.
So do you have a link? Or I'll just get it because it's a new channel. How many subscribers right now? How many subscribers?
Like 20.
20 subscribers.
Yeah.
So guys, are we gonna be getting to Emma001? Subscribe, like, share, comment.
Yeah, and don't forget to
like.
Like
again. Like. It's not like TikTok. Tap the screen, tap the screen. So guys, he is Emma, and what kind of the content are you making?
Like just like making the ball from natural materials, you know. Yeah, from
so it's a childhood.
Yeah.
Childhoodism.
Yeah.
It's called childhoodism, eh?
Yeah.
So you are making some balls
Yeah.
from the
Play.
local materials here, some papers.
Yes.
Talk about reused. Talk about reusing the polythene papers.
Yes.
So do you have one ball, or you have a video that already you have just done?
I'm preparing to do the video, but I will show them when. Yeah.
You will show them.
Yeah.
So will you call me so as I can just shoot you the video?
Yeah.
The quality one.
Yeah. Even I can call you tomorrow. You
Oh,
can come.
tomorrow
Yeah,
is
we'll
another
do
day.
Video, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So tomorrow is another day. So keep
Yeah.
struggling, eh?
Yeah.
And understand that tomorrow is another.
Day.
Exactly. And keep hoping, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. So which grade are you right now?
Grade 8.
Grade 8.
Yeah.
How is life in school?
It's not so tough.
It's
there.
not so tough.
Yeah.
So right now, any problem?
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
In terms of your home life, you are good right now.
Yeah, we
Everything,
are good.
you
yeah.
are good, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. So have it into your mind and make it happen, eh?
Yeah.
Struggling is there. Now you have seen the struggle. You are the big brother.
Yeah.
And you have to struggle and make sure that they are going to be getting something. Yeah, Pasi told me that you are telling her that one day, one time, things going to be coming. And it's going to be coming, guys. It's the reality. And keep it tuned, keep it locked. Subscribe Emma001.
Yeah.
And also subscribe, like, share, comment, and share the most attractive moment
Yeah.
with
Don't
them.
forget to support.
Support also.
Yeah.
Now, even you have a phone number.
No, but you know, it's a new channel, and I've not do many videos there. You know.
So
Yeah,
there's a number for support there.
Yeah, I will tell my mother to make.
Or to
yeah.
put it there at the
Yes.
description, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. So respect always, Gota. Here we call it Gota. Exactly. We have another gentleman here. Hi, man.
This is my brother.
This is your brother,
Yes.
the second brother.
Yeah.
Called
Moses Church.
Moses Chacha. There's a time you were fishing.
Yeah. Yes.
I ever show you in my videos fishing, eh?
Yeah.
And there were so many boys coming to my fish ponds there to fish from the river.
Yes.
And they were telling me that, oh, you're the one who told me that you are fishing to get food.
Yes.
So you're called Moses.
Yes.
So everything is so fantastic, Moses?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Exactly. So the head is a little bit having some they're called shiringis.
Yeah.
Have you got the treatment, man? Because it's having some fungals here.
You know, he need
You need-
medicine. Yeah.
You need medicine.
Yeah.
So do you have the medicine?
He doesn't have.
He doesn't
money
have.
is problem there, and we should buy from the chemist.
So how much is that?
I think it's like. If it's not 100 shillings, it's 150.
Oh, I don't know if I
it's
have
not-
something here.
Yeah.
I have 100. Go try and check. If you will be getting the medicine, buy it. If it is more of that one, tomorrow you have said you will call me.
Tomorrow you can come. We do
I
some
come.
video. Yeah.
Okay. So if you go and buy the medicine, if it's not enough, I tell the chemist person, Gintu. He knows me. Which chemist are you talking about? The one that is at the road here? Or the one at Vegas Club there?
Yes, they are there
At
the Nani left
Vegas.
side. Yeah.
At Vegas?
Yes.
Okay. Tell them Gintu, and they will just call me. They know me.
Yeah.
And if it's more exceeding 100, exactly. So I think you're going for luncheon and make it happen, eh?
Yes.
Exactly. Respect always. Bye. High five.
Bye.
High five. Bye. Exactly.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm gonna see you next time.
Next time,
Yeah.
next moment, next vibe. Always keep it locked, eh?
Yeah.
Keep it tuned. Exactly. The boys here, Emma001, support, and also let's road to 1,000 subscribers from that kind of the channel. Also, so as they can just make it happen. It's just the childhood. Talk about childhoodism content gonna be coming from them there. So when back to the same, this is the Uncle Jamaican's gate, and this is Gitriba's position. So the road could not pass through this kind of Gitriba's position and coming to this because Gitriba's position is reaching there. So this is another person's plot. You have to buy it also. So to access Jamaican Uncle, it will be so difficult for them to demolish this kind of, and it will be passing through somebody's here to get to Jamaican Uncle's land. So that is still a defect, and that's the point I say that that's where we have a little bit of a problem to access that kind of the position. So when you see this kind of the things are getting humilious and they're not going straight to the pathway, you have to understand that the things are not awesome. So at that specific point, I can say that that is the way you have seen how the things are just moving from one position, from one zone to another to access water you need at this kind of the point. And now we come to a conclusion. So when you are buying from, you know, there's something called jealousy, and there's something called ego, and there's something that there's a courtesy of etiquette and etiquettism, whereby you have to communicate with somebody that, hey, please, I want to be accessing your land, and after this kind of the thing, I'm gonna sort you out, or we'll see each other. That is how, and that is the mood that people use. But don't go with a forefront chest and talk about I have money. My friend, it's a person's asset. So there's nothing you'll ever understand from that kind of a strategy, because he will deny or she will deny you to access that kind of the platform or the asset you need, and it will just be so meticulous. So when they have just already talked about they're going to be buying the land from Kizito, from Uncle Mo's gate, it's something that is very awesome to access the other people. And also talk about Murimi. Murimi is just staying here, and they're going to be using the same road that is passing through there to access other zones. And also the same people are living here, they're going to be accessing and using the same road. So it's something which is getting a little bit of different, and that's why I said this kind of the people should sit down and put their thoughts together, their ideologies together, and make sure that when the road is going to be coming, it's going to be helping each and every party. But no, why? Oh my God, they have to understand it. But now when you start talking about you're going to be paying others and others are not paid, that's where now the defect starts, and that's where much of the people talk about, no, why did he pay air and they had not paid hair? So you will get that there's a defect like the one you see here, already enforced, already put into the spare. Talk about the planting of the sisals at the road. So that is something that will show you that there's something rough going on. And because the road is bought from there, and why didn't they buy this road? Because they're the ones who are using it. Can somebody get me? And when you get me, now load it. If it could be you, I benefit you, you benefit me. Tit for tat is a fair game. But for how long? So what we are asking ourselves, when that road will be accessed, will these families use it? So there is much of the terminologies that they should be put down at that Esquire. For it to be accessed, much of the terminologies has to be put down. Buddha, yakiore, aital. So when we come to the conclusion of putting every kind of the essential platform, Buddha, mahaka dogo kana murandego ga hembe naga gotora nyumba ndo yoko samba ay sawa tangangan hatu ninena gurutu tarasamba urutu nkwengere bakere bado na ombichi nkumechera na ring na chichincherun chakore ko matanga Onga piga tofali kuwe mingi. Wacha tukuseme tunachoma sahi. Piga hata ifike 15,000. Weka tanuru mbili utacha gutore emwe. Hano piga akuba. Hoga acha goseka na 15 gai. Weka 8 Hivyo. Choma hiyo kitu. Iko fiti kuruka. Sasa ongara hitaji kichiwol mono nigachitemwe. Haya. Haya. Mjanja ni kuwai mapema. Exactly. Buddha. Yeah. What's up, man? You are looking a small conquer the Babylon Hills last year. Yeah. Akia Mungu, you are looking very short. What's the problem? Food?
You know, in school, you know.
Yeah. In school? So there's no food in school, man?
You know, sometimes in school, the share that you get.
What's the problem with the share? So you are a food monger at that specific position.
You know, in Form 2, you must be a you know.
Oh, foodmonger.
Yeah,
you are.
you know.
Oh, you are a form too. Foodmonger. How are you, Mr. Foodmonger?
I'm fine.
Everything is nice.
Yeah, everything.
Introduce yourself, man. At
Yeah.
this kind of an
Hello
escort.
guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to It's Gint YouTube channel.
Wagwan.
I'm Goes by name. I am Getting It. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goes by name. I am Getting It.
Who is at the head of that channel right now?
Right now, yeah,
You are the one?
yeah,
You are posting
yeah. I'm posting.
today or tomorrow?
I'm posting every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
But
the
every day
time that,
after school
yeah,
or every
after
day?
school.
Or after school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
After school.
So how is the channel right now?
The channel is going well. Like right now, I have some views. Yeah, the channel is growing well.
The channel is booming.
Yeah, the
You
channel
have
is
come
growing.
and got that the shenanigans telenovela and the postquams, interquams are still ongoing.
Yeah, I still on.
Exactly. I've seen your land is fenced, man. How do you feel right now, man?
Yeah, it's very nice. You
It's
know,
very nice.
right now there is
There
no
is
one can like
trespass.
Yeah. So right now it's like it's good. Like now,
It's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So right now you have the security.
The security.
That your plot is
The
secure.
security is full.
It's a furu.
Yeah.
Furu force.
Full force.
German, hey, exactly. So when we come back to you, I think talk about Chris the Great was the one who was heading the department.
Yeah.
So he did it well, or something is shenaniganing still,
No, he did it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
and he has
right?
represented you.
Yeah, and you know, I was in school.
Exactly.
And Chris the Great is the one who
Was
did it.
heading the
Yeah.
department.
And
Exactly.
it's Ernesto.
Oh, is Ernesto? Yeah.
Yeah, so they did it well. Yeah, it's okay right now.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
the channel is here. Tell them whatever you want to say.
So guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goes by name I am Getting It. Please subscribe. For our returning subscriber, thank you for watching, and don't forget to watch Ginto's video. Like, comment, you know, comment in negative or positive way, you know. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate for watching our video. We really appreciate, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goes by name I am Getting It. Yeah, I am Getting It. I think it's Ginto will tag me there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be coming and
Yeah.
support the young generation, the young guys here.
Yeah.
And Quiver Assembly, they're gonna be coming out to talk about it. That
Yeah.
is the module for it to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Support. It's I am
Getting It.
I am Getting
And
It.
you know, you remember today we were to make a video.
Today.
Yeah,
And I am into your site here.
yeah.
Hey, so how is it gonna be?
I don't know your plans, so if you don't mind, I can come there to your home.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
right now.
yeah. I think after some 2 hours, I'll
Yeah.
be there.
I will call you.
Exactly, fantastic.
Yeah.
You have my number.
Yeah,
Conquer
I have
the
your-
Babylon. So
Conquer
another
the Babylon.
another video gonna be coming at his own channel.
Yeah.
And I think gonna be whenever you're gonna be watching that kind of the video, understand that there's another video here.
Yeah.
So subscribe, like, share, comment,
Yeah.
and make it happen.
Yeah,
Kudos.
we conquer the
A
Babylon.
big out. So when we go back to the system, we go back where we're gonna be tracing where the problem started and where things gonna be handled very meticulously here. So when I talk about this is where the beginning of the chaos to the D side, and this is the road of the chaos and the road of intermongerization here, which is bringing much of the problems here, and where everything was shut. So when we talk about everything was shut, this is where everything was put boom or kaboom, and nothing gonna be handled here more further, because if you're gonna be talking about gonna be trespassing, things gonna be getting you in a crooked way. Talk about there's no pathway here, so things are gut. So there's no way you can talk about you're gonna be accessing. It's only via the use of a tractor. I think a tractor can try a little bit and pass, but getting down is a problem. But passing through, very, very awesome. So the only thing is Mambo, and that's why I said that it's something that you can talk about. You're going to be using the links between each and every kind of the party. Put the thoughts together, understand each other, and humbilize yourself and make it happen. That is the best module for you to go. But if you say that, oh no, this is going to be A, B, C, D, it's going to not be so sufficient at that moment. So when you are still watching this kind of the video, Mambo, Marabam. So when you are still watching this kind of the video, understand that the grassroots is having more of the tensions, it's having more of the chaotic things and jealousy, ego. I talk about it's something that now they have understood. When I said that they're gonna be putting their thoughts together, understanding themselves, coming to the same cover, writing the same cover. It's gonna be so fantastic and more elaboratively, more well to go, and that will be more fantastic at that kind of the position. Still getting back to the position, so as I can just make sure that everything is just handled more properly from this area. Wagwan, that is very awesome here. I'm gonna be checking one of the ladies here before I just comment and just give out this kind of the reservoirs out. She's gonna be coming here. Sasa nilikuona sikurikuja. Robbie, oh hauko? You can remember this site. We are back to this kind of the site today again, and we're gonna be checking our lady. She's gonna be coming here to understand where have they reached, because still it's now very sunny. I don't know. Yeah. Robbie, I gonna naenda kuoga. Because she understands that they wanna be coming here, she's gonna be going to clean herself a little bit. You understand the village life, and that's the life we talk about. That is the module that we're gonna be getting forward with. So when I talk about, I'm gonna be concluding this kind of the video from this kind of the platform, I think about I've come here a little bit, then and again a little bit here. But the good thing is support each other, so as we can just groove together and make it happen. Yeah, this is now the real life of Robbie. This is how Robbie is. So when you're coming to the video, you are showing us how you are very clean. This is the real life, guys, how they look like in the village here. How are you, Madam Robbie?
I'm fine.
How is everything?
Everything is
So
fine.
Ann 002, how is your life?
My life
You
is
look
fine.
meticulous?
Somehow.
A little bit, eh? Exactly. Introduce yourself here.
Hi guys, my name is Ann 002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can say.
My name is I'm stressed up.
You are stressed up.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
the
very
problem?
So many issues.
So many
Yeah,
issues.
Yeah.
In terms of life,
In terms of life,
which status of life? It's complicated, it's hard,
very hard.
very hard.
Yeah.
But you are trying.
But I'm trying.
Yeah. So sometimes if you see the life is so hard, try to do other things apart from life.
Like which things?
You can discover what is apart from life you can do. So back to the point here. So there's a last time I came here and I talked about, and 002 were talking about, this kind of the house here. You know, sometimes whenever I reach here, I always talk about, my living God, how it gonna be? So this is the condition. Still, we will always be together, and also and 002, I have to finish this kind of the video from here to talk about the things gonna be, talk about tomorrow is another day. I know it. And trying is also making something good. That is it. And the more we try, sometimes there's a person who has not been enriched, and this kind of the video gonna reach to somebody who can talk about it, can just help Ann 002 a little bit here. Imagine this is the house of Ann 002 is there. Just that's the real life we talk about here. This is the village life. This is how life is, the real one. And whenever you see much of the people to the platform talking about A, B, C, D, sometimes we have to engage and talk about there are people who are struggling to make it, and there are people who are struggling to even have that kind of a simple way of getting something very meticulous here. So you can have the last moment as I'm going to be finishing it at the 45th minute here.
So guys, I'm Ann 002. I have a channel on my YouTube channel. So I would urge, if you would like to support me with
some iron shit. You are laughing, and it's just I know to you it might be so like you are just wondering that how as a Mzungu's checking this kind of our recent iron sheet that you have put here, which is tied very meticulously to make sure that it's attached to the house and there's no blowing using of the wind here. So guys, in a short while is she's gonna be talking about anything that you can just talk about. You're gonna be supporting Ann 002. Everything so fantastic, and the channel is there to make sure you're gonna be growing and making it happen. So to this kind of the platform, say thank you.
Thank you.
Am I the one to tell you again?
Thank you, guys.
Again and again and again. Back to you in another module, next video. Pop it out.